another wonderful WrestleRoni from me and for you. It is a special one today. I'm excited for this one. A very special occasion. My man's hype. We're on the 1 year anniversary of the career of one Anthony Rucker. We're talking 2023 WrestleRoni Breakout Star of the Year. We're talking one half of the current RSW Tag Team Champions. We're talking current PWL World Heavyweight Champion, Anthony Rucker. How's it feel to be Anthony Rucker 1 year in, baby?
Feels pretty damn good, if I could say myself.
I'd say it must. Damn.
I spent like 20 minutes fixing my hair just to ruin it in the first 30 seconds of this.
Hey, man, it's exciting stuff. You have a right to be excited. As of last night, as a matter of fact, now you're two-time RSW Tag Team Champion. The titles were vacated, and you came through with a brand new tag partner and won them like it ain't shit. That's my dude. This is my fucking dude. No one works harder. No one deserves it more than Anthony Rucker. We've been down quite the road recently, haven't we?
Oh, dude, it's been kind of wild. I think it's interesting that last time it was like a weird dynamic between us. It was like we worked together and that was about it, and like mutual respect, but it wasn't like oh, this guy's really cool. But now I think like you're probably one of the closest people I'm with since we're riding buddies and shit.
I was thinking about that too. Like this time last year, pretty much you were the referee, and I was like, oh, cool, he's getting a match at Fairmont State. Good for that kid. And yeah, we know each other quite a bit more than we did then now.
Yeah.
We've been up and down the roads, Rucker. I haven't even been on all your adventures. I've been privileged enough to be on some of your adventures, but then you take off without me. You go win titles. You'll go up. We've been to 880 together. Shit. Then you'll go out to USW and show off. We got a lot we got to cover. Hell, I might learn something because, like I say, I'm not always there, but I'm there a lot of the time.
Hell yeah, Bubby.
Hell yeah. You even started, you helped me kick off Trials of Ascension. You've been a star of that. Man, I guess we better just go in chronological order. Let's just go backwards and try to get through everything because there's been so much. We're going into Fairmont State. You're about to make your debut. Let's go back to your debut match. What are we thinking?
That was pretty wild. I know we talked about it a lot on the last podcast. So I'll be quick.
Okay, good. I'm glad you said that. Then keep it short.
Yeah, well, I'll be quicker about it on this one. It was more excitement and like it's finally here than anything else.
Okay.
And everybody I did it with, are people I really like, except maybe not so much Theo Strong right now since he's beating women, but at the time he's a really cool guy. Tyler Jacks he's who I beat in the match. So
really,
yeah,
that's crazy.
He come full circle, and
yeah, I was gonna say as time went by, I saw you and Tyler, in the locker room before shows, trying stuff in the ring, and I said, one of these days we may see this. And he came through for you last night. We'll go ahead and jump ahead. Last night we come up. You don't have a tag team partner. The Golden Boys took out Duzan. He's hurt. And the titles were vacated. What are you thinking when you go into the show last night?
So, honestly, it was a lot. It was like, because always, as they say, it's subject to change. Card subject to change. Mm-hmm. But the difference is the card wasn't changing. Yeah, just really my partner was. And for a moment, I didn't know if I was even in the match. So, I was just worried more than anything else. But then the boss tells me, he goes, it's you and Jax. And, little history. Me and Jax were supposed to be a tag team forever ago. Okay. Before Duzan. But the funny thing was, Duzan Jax couldn't make a show. And Duzan became my partner that night to defeat the Tater Gang.
Okay.
So it kind of came full circle in that sense. Where Duzan couldn't be there this time. Jax came in, and honestly, it was good. It was me and Duzan. I feel like we have in-ring chemistry a lot, but me and Jax also have that like chemistry outside the ring, and so I think really came in handy too. So it was nice to know that like Jax was there and I could depend on him for that moment.
For sure. And I tell you what, we're talking relationships. You're talking about your relationship with Tyler Jacks. You mentioned Tim Cross. Tell me about your relationship with Tim Cross and how it's developed just in the past year. Have you learned to understand the man better? Do you think he understands you better? Uh, what's our thoughts on the big boss, Tim Cross?
Oh, big balls, Tim Cross. I hate that everybody stole that from me. I'm just saying that.
Hey,
But
you know what? I'll take hip toss Tim Cross. That's mine.
it,
Also, I'm trademarking
it,
Tim and M. That's also mine as well.
yeah, so Tim is somebody I always like to talk to, and I'll be honest, Tim isn't somebody like that talks to me about the in ring stuff that much. I talk to other people about that, but anything that's not necessarily in ring related,
Uh-huh.
Tim helped me, advised me, and stuff like that. And my relationship with Tim, it's always been like it's not a weird one by chance, but it's more like I've always respected Tim because like he's always helped me out in certain ways that I won't necessarily talk about on here, but he's helped me out in a bunch of different ways that
Beyond
really
wrestling.
made it to beyond wrestling that made it so I could be here today. Like
Right
it, no Tim Cross, like who knows, maybe in the future Anthony Rucker could be a thing, but like no Cross, I'm not here right now,
Yeah, man.
and well as it is.
And
So
we've had
I
this discussion. We both feel, we both feel that way. There's no us without Tim.
I told him we were talking one day, and I was like, I just want you to know that at the end of the day, you're who I'm loyal to most. Not saying that like your loyalty should wane and blah 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 because it shouldn't. But if it comes down to it, I'm Tim's boy, and that's the way I see it.
Okay. So you go from being Tim's boy. We go up to a PWL show. The PWL show, the first PWL show, just comes about on a podcast. I have Jeff on the podcast, and you're on the podcast, and somehow we just make this crazy ass move where, boom, we're going to PWL. So let's go ahead and go to the first one, and then we'll talk about how things develop and why you have the PWL title. Oh, my. So, what do you think of that night on the podcast?
So I totally forgot that you were going to do that because we talked about it because we were just like, you know what, we're just going to say it on the podcast because if
Yep.
he says it on the podcast, he can't take it back. So we were like, we're going to get me booked, and I'm just like, fuck yeah, let's do it, Spooky. And it was right after the show, so I totally forgot, and I'm just like, oh, Jeff Paul's on here, Gen Z's on here. All right, we're all just talking, and you're just like, hey, Jeff Paul, what do you think about getting Anthony Rucker up there? And I'm just like, oh shit,
Here
fuck.
we go.
And then he's like, I don't know. He's like that crazy chick or whatever, which mother-in-law. And he's like, and she whips out her teeth, and he goes, "You bring her, you're always welcome."
And by God,
And
she
so,
came too.
she did come, so she came too. And honestly, like, I mean, first spurring it on him, it was pretty fun.
Yeah, man, we rolled up there, and that's one thing I've said about you that's cool, and it's not just you. I see other families. You have a nice little support system around you. Don't take that for
Yeah.
granted because a lot of folks don't, but there's some cool parents in the area. I see y'all parents. I see y'all supporting these kids. That's good shit because a lot my dad thinks it's stupid, Rucker. He's told me I'm an idiot. He told me how much of an idiot. He told me today, Rucker, what did he tell me? He said, the tires are just spinning in the mud. That's what I'm doing. They're spinning in the mud. So, yeah, man. Be grateful for that support system. We also went up to Mega, the day before. Me and you was just rocking and rolling on the road. Tell me about the Mega trip and the Mega experience.
Oh, the Mega one. That was our 2 day tour.
Yeah, man.
Uh, the back-to-back shows. Oh yeah, because it was PW first night and Mega the first. Which one
No,
was
it was
first
Mega
night?
the first night.
Mega was the first.
Yeah.
That one, honestly, I hate saying like to peel back the curtain and stuff, but I
Peel
gotta
it
put
back,
some.
get in trouble.
I get in trouble. I gotta put somebody over, even though I mean they don't need my help with it. Vance Desmond's the dude.
Yeah.
He's that. Um, but it was like kind of a situation where again Tim got me on that show and really, and then I got put with Vance, and Vance is always the what is it? The console professional is how the phrase goes. And I mean, I just had a really fun match. It was a great time. Everybody was super respectful there. There was one mishap when we thought they were brawling, and so we came out to help, and then they weren't brawling, and then had to go back to the back, and then they did start brawling. So you know what? We had the right idea. We had the right idea to stop that. So you know what?
You was ahead of the curve, even.
I was. I'm a psychic, man. I got foresight, dog. But
that was year. You gotta have those moments every once in a while, or your fucking head will explode. You know.
Also, I met Chase Bennett finally, so that was fun. My twin.
What was it like meeting your twin finally?
There was just some like connection. No, but for real. So I was in the ring talking with some dudes. I think I was talking to OK or somebody. And I look over and it's Chase Bennett. And we lock eyes. We've never spoken to each other. Nothing. We looked at each other and just started laughing and pointing at each other. And like we just ran up and we were like, it's so good to finally meet you, dog. Like I was like, we've been looking forward to this forever.
Isn't it cool? Isn't it cool to meet these people that you only see on Facebook and social media, and you have these interactions, and then finally, you know, we're out amongst each other, having fun together, even.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of like it's because when you see people's pictures on Facebook and stuff, it's not real people to you. Like these aren't real people. These aren't somebody you're gonna interact with. But then when you start to interact with them, it's just like, oh fuck, they're just people like me, or it's like weird, you know?
Yeah.
It's just an odd.
And we're around some weird people on occasion.
Oh, it's wrestling. Everybody's a little weird.
All right. Okay, that's a good segue. You're a good-looking kid. You've been in the business a year. You had some weird shit? Any weird shit in your DM? Any weird shit at shows? What? This is something I could ask you in the car, but let's just handle it on the podcast, you know? What's some weird shit that's been happening to Rucker over the past year?
I'm not gonna say his name, but Anthony Rucker apparently is the pillar of the gay community. Because there's this dude who has messaged me on multiple times, and this is about to get vulgar, or not vulgar, but this guy just messages me randomly, just goes, I'd worship every inch of your sexy body or something crazy. And like, look, I think I'm an all right looking guy. But I don't know if I'm worship level of good looking.
To somebody you are.
But I remember you sent me something and it was like, no, it was the internet title thing. And we were told to like have people vote for ourselves and stuff like that. Yeah, you know what this is. And he said something like back, and I sent to him. He's like, "If I vote for you, can I like suck your hog or something?" And I'm just like, "Yo," I'm just like, brother. But I mean, it's cool to like have people thinking that of you, I guess.
I'm just saying you did win the vote for that, so
I did win.
Whoever you are. It sounds like your vote was counted, and I hope you get that thing in your mouth somewhere down the line.
Oh, there was this one chick that was hitting me and I think both Golden Boys up constantly too.
Oh yeah,
that was funny. For a while, like we'd just send each other. We're just like, dude, has this chick talked to you? And we're just like, oh my god. But yeah.
You guys are catching some of the same ones, huh?
Apparently.
Okay, there you go. Golden Boys, Ohio. What's the Parma experience been like for you? You had a little rough incident up there earlier this year. Tell me about some of your favorite Parma memories so far. What the fuck's so funny?
Dude, I was like, there's no fucking way. And then it dropped, and I went, yeah.
So they're renovating Spooky Lou's house. We were cooking over here. I thought we was doing a pretty good job. I think we made it 15 minutes. And not like I haven't had a big day, and Rucker's been super patient. I had to delay it so I could edit Trials of Ascension, get it uploaded. The man waits and waits. We start doing the podcast. The renovation knocks out man under that. Here we are. We was talking about PWL, I think.
Are we recorded right now?
Yeah.
Okay, we're back up. Okay, I was gonna say if you were going on your rant and it wasn't on video, I was gonna be.
And then you fucking freeze up again. Are you serious?
I think we were talking about that guy who wanted to suck my dick.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Jeff Paul. We were talking about PWL. You're right. Yep. The other guy. We're back on track now. The other guy that wanted to suck your dick.
Now you gotta in trouble.
The guy that's not in the business.
Fuck it. Well, I mean, we can talk about PWL.
Yeah, so, okay. We go up there to the first time. What's the first impression of the locker room? It's your first time up there. You know some of the guys, some you don't. So what's the first impressions like?
So my first impression was I've talked a lot of them, like you said, I met before. Mm-hmm. And then some of them were new. I got to meet Barbarian that night, so that was really cool.
Right.
And it wasn't like, it was about the same as always. People were nice. I have had the luxury and the great luck to have been in some pretty chill locker rooms and none like that really sucked. But it was there. Everybody was respectful. Everybody was really cool. Said hi. Yeah, I met Yellow Man. He was a really cool guy. Or Yellow Man. I don't know how you're supposed to say it. Chase. Yellow. Okay, that's right. I met him. Really cool guy. He was really nice. Got to hang out with some dudes that I've been buds with. And it was really fun. I got to really meet Jeff because I've met him a couple times at shows, but nothing like substantial talking to him. But he was it was nice to actually talk to him and actually like communicate instead of just like, hey, how you doing? Good. I'm gonna go do my thing now.
Right on.
And also Ron Mathis. I met Ron Mathis, and he was a really cool guy too.
And it was supposed to be you and Ron. It got turned into a 6-man tag, is what it is. And I think everything worked out nicely that night. So then, So then you go back without me. I'm sick. I can't go. Bro. Listen.
Yeah, you crap.
First, your girlfriend texts me and says he's the new champ. And I was like, oh, he put her up to this. This is hilarious. Okay. I was like, sure. Then she sent me a picture, and I was like, well, knowing him and Jeff, it could still be intermission. But no, come to find out, you went up there and won the damn title. Say what you want to say about it, because there's a lot that goes into that. I don't know how much you want to let out, but it's pretty nuts. You're not even on the show. You go up, you win the belt, you piss off the Facebook. So tell me about that experience.
Well, first, I'm just going to say, I'm the goddamn champion of PW. The goddamn heavyweight champion. And you will respect your goddamn heavyweight champion. But dude, that was so fucking crazy. So, dude, I was like so scared when you said you weren't coming, because I was like, dude, I'm Spooky's add-on when I go up here. I was like, shit. I said, does Jeff even know I'm actually coming? Does Jeff give a fuck I'm coming? And I'm just like, when you texted me that you weren't coming, I was like, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill this guy. Like, I wasn't mad or nothing. But I was like,
sick, bro. I'm sorry.
I know you're sick. Now, I know, because I tried to get you to go to 880 the day before with me.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus.
But yeah, no. And so I'm like freaking out. And dude, when we're driving up there, I think Faith texted you. I fucking we went an hour fucking past it.
Yeah.
And dude, I text somebody, I'm not gonna say who, and I'm like, hey dude, are we in somebody's backyard? And he's like, no. And I'm just like, well, where the fuck am I?
Oh no, so you thought you were okay, I didn't know.
So it was the same exact address, just like the one little thing was off.
Oh fuck.
It was like the same address, and I think instead of war it said something else, and that's where we got fucked.
Same street, an hour away.
Yeah. And luckily it was the same county though, so we got lucky. And literally me and Faith are driving, and I see a guy outside, and I go, yo, weird ask. could I use your Wi-Fi, bro? And we had no service. We had to drive up this fucking mountain where there was just enough room for my car. And you know my car is fucking tiny, dude. I don't understand how other vehicles got in there. Right. And we drive an hour past, and I have to use some random dude's Wi-Fi. Luckily, these people are really cool. And I hear him talking to like his dad or some old man, and he goes, where are they going? He's like, they're supposed to be in war. And he goes, well, that ain't fucking close. I was so pissed off. And so I text the dude, and I'm just like, hey, I'm gonna be like an hour late. And he goes, oh, it's fine, no one's here. And I was just like, okay. And I still ended up being one of the first people there.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez. And that's the thing, man. Before we get into the match and stuff, like, we've seen the back roads of West Virginia recently. We've been coming home from shows, been attacked on back roads by big white wolves charging the car. I mean,
so scary.
We've been on some adventures, man.
No, it's always my GPS that takes us the back roads. Faith's always takes us the highway, and I like driving the highway. Faith's hick ass will fucking drive every back road known to man and not give a shit, but I'm a fucking pussy.
There's definitely pros and cons to each, man. Those back roads, it's an experience, but it's an experience.
Oh, it's something. It only takes an hour and a half longer to get home, though.
There's been a lot of miles traveled. So you finally get there, and when do you find out? Where do we go from there? I don't know how you want to tell that story. You tell it your own way.
So we kind of like, me and the dude are talking, and we find out that the guy in the title matches is going to be there. So like, card subject to change. We already talked about it. And so we're jokingly joking. That's weird to say.
Yeah.
Jokingly joking. But like, I go, yeah, I'm winning the belt tonight, Bubby. I'm leaving here champ. And like, we're goofing off, just like saying stupid shit about me winning the title. And then like 10, 20 minutes later, Jeff Paul comes up to me and he goes, hey, how you feel about working St. Crowley for the title tonight? And I go, but I'm here to do whatever you tell me to do, man. And I'm just like, sure. I'll do whatever. And lo and behold, now, come to the actual match. He bit me first.
Yep.
So, if a man bites me, I feel like it's all fair in love and war.
I'm with you on that argument. I have backed you on this.
I'm from shoot wrestling, man. I believe in weight classes. He was twice my size. So, like,
yeah.
So maybe I kicked him in the dick. Maybe I kicked the shit out of him with a title in the way of my foot in his face. Look, he had time to move the title out of his face. That's all I'm saying.
St. Crowley had a dominant championship run, and it just came to a screeching halt whenever you showed up, right place, right time, and new.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
But speaking of that, I have to say this to anybody like who's thinking and like just getting into it, who might not think of it this yet. For real, go anywhere and everywhere, because you never know if it's going to be right place, right time.
Yeah.
Because like that was literally a right place, right time kind of moment. And you know what? I'm thankful for the opportunity I was given by Jeff and everybody at PWL. Very grateful for that, and I can only say thank you. And yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
But anybody else who wants to come for this title, I'm gonna kick you in your damn teeth too. So.
And you make a good point. You showed up at some other places, at some first times. Tell me about a time you went to a promotion, you had some, not the highest of expectations, and you were pleasantly surprised. What's some good new experiences for Rucker?
Oh, see, I'm always excited when I go to places. And honestly, the PWL trip would be the one where I'd be like, this is the one where I didn't have high expectations and it became the highest. Mm. But honestly, I don't know, because I really don't know. I think that would be it, honestly, what I just talked about, because like I was saying, I was scared that he wasn't going to give a shit that I was even there.
Right.
Like, who knows? Maybe I don't even like, because like you're the guy he wants. So in my mind, and I was like, and I was just the add-on. So honestly, I was more scared about that than I've ever been in any other booking.
So now you're the champion and I'm the add-on. Fuck.
Yeah, golden
Now,
goose, baby.
uh-huh. Yeah, now I'm scared. Like he's got grace to record. Like, oh shit. Oh no.
Nah, you can never replace Spooky. I love you too much.
I
But
appreciate you. Damn. And not only that, let's rewind. Let's go back to Grafton. At Grafton, you were win your first. You're at home, baby. The home promotion. Your first titles in Real Shoot Wrestling with Air Duzan. Take me back to that day. I was there for it, but tell me your version of the events.
so kind of like the same deal as every other day. Pretty much when you go to a show, you go, you help with the ring, you do all your deals, say hi's, your buys, whatever's. But we were going into it, and we were doing. Oh God, sorry, that was
Oh
disgusting.
my. Real
My
professional.
unprofessional ass. But it's like can't control my sneezes, dog.
Ew.
But so we're doing it. We're going through the match, and I don't know. I wasn't expecting to win off a roll up. I was just getting my ass beat, and I figured, you know what? It was my bread and butter for a while. The undefeated streak was held on by that roll up a lot,
Right.
and I rolled up Trevor Gage after Dusan kicked him in the face, and I remember holding him, and I just remember in that moment I had his legs, and I don't know what it was, but it got so much tighter out of nowhere,
Hmm.
and got the Lord on that one.
Yeah, man. Just super grip,
But
huh?
that super grip happened. It was, and I heard James hit 3, and all I could think was, I was like, the match isn't over, and I just was thinking to myself, I was like, what's going on? What's going on? Dusan physically grabbed me, pulled me through the bottom rope, and mind you, I'm twice Dusan's size.
Yeah.
Pulls me through the middle rope, and I'm just standing there, just like fucking what is it? Tommy was so, and just fucking just like I'm like, what the fuck happened, dude? And I look at Tim in the back, and I'm just like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then I see dudes in a fucking moonsault on muscles. Sorry, JD Gatton, whatever he's going by. Fucking see into a moonsault, and I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? And then the title is put into my hands, and that's where it like all hit all the emotions. And I was like, ah, but like, bro, that was fucking nuts. Like when you win, you don't expect like the surprise roll up sometimes surprises yourself.
I guess
Okay,
so.
that's all I gotta say. Cause like I've won a bunch of matches with the surprise roll up, but that one was the one time I got surprised by the roll up.
No doubt. And bro, we've had so many of these moments lately, just show after show, moment after moment. How cool is it to be a part of RSW right now at this moment in time?
I was just talking to Tim about it, and I said, dude, I've I've had like 3 stages of RSW. There's been the stage where I've been a wrestler, stage where I was a ref, and when I was a trainee, pretty
Okay.
much. And it feels like it just keeps going up
Mm-hmm.
in a really good way, and like it feels like we're bigger and more respectable like every time we look on it now.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like at the time it was cool, and then it's like, but now when we look back at shit that like a year or two ago, and we're like, well, that was small potatoes to what we're doing right now. So it's like what we're doing at the moment, at any given moment, that moment, RSW is at its best,
Yeah.
and that's the deal.
There's been so many shows where I'm like, oh my God, that was my favorite show. Oh my God, that was our best show. I mean, it's just,
You got to switch it next show.
and we were just, me and Papa were talking about it yesterday. How cool is it that you can go to your friends, your co workers, whoever, and you can show them a video and it's something you can be proud of? Like,
Oh, there's been things where like in my life, it's just like it's like, because when you tell some people, you know the look you get when you're like, oh, I'm in pro wrestling, I'm in
Uh-huh.
wrestling. They're like, oh, you are? Are you okay?
Right.
Like, you get that kind of deal. But I've never had somebody who thought that and then came to a show and gave me that same patronizing shit. I've always had people come to the show, like at my college, because like they're my age people. They're like, "Oh, good for you, you fucking dork."
Right.
And all right, come to one of my fucking shows. Let me show you what the fuck I do, dog. And ain't nobody who's came to a fucking show and thought that shit was stupid and fucking left that show not thinking I was the fucking shit the next day.
Hell
So
yeah.
and that's how I feel about it. Because you may not like wrestling. Honestly, a lot of people don't like wrestling, and you know what? I understand that 100%. But you can't go to a fucking RSW show, a PWL show, a fucking USW show, whoever I've fucking been, and you can't tell me that you didn't have a fucking awesome time. Because I will refuse to let you not have an awesome time.
Damn right. You tell them.
Yeah.
We are, man. We're fucking cooking. We're
For a
rocking
wrestling
and rolling.
experience, motherfucker.
God bless it. Good point. Yeah, man. It's been fun. Like I say, we're shining. We're shining. And I say it all the time, but I say it on Facebook. I don't say it enough on YouTube. So to this audience, Rucker's the first one there, the last one to leave, setting up, tearing down. And still you are. And what's really cool, Ruck, as of yesterday, now you're bringing guys in. Now you're training guys and bringing
Well,
new blood into the business. So what's that about? What's that like?
um, my thing is, well, like, I feel like I'm gonna be. It's cycles. Everybody cycles in and cycles out of training.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like if you're gonna keep a school going, you need students.
Yep.
So, like, if I'm gonna eventually cycle out of the training process, I need to cycle in people. And one of them, I'll say his name, Owen. He's somebody I've been wanting to get into it because me and him we used to box and shit together. So
Okay.
I know he's a tough bastard, and he was a shooter too. So I wanted him to, and he wants to entertain people, and I said, well, that's smart. That's a smart way to look at it, and I figured he would be able to get into it really easily. He's athletic, and he's somebody I feel like could actually do this. And
Okay.
then he told me, he says, I have friends who also want to do it. And I'm like, okay, give me their names. And I didn't sugarcoat it to them at all. I actively did not want to because they're people I'm friends with. And I said, I'm bringing you to a show. You're going when I go. You're getting in my car, and you're not getting home till I get home. And like you were saying, first one there, last one to leave.
Yep.
So it got the full damn experience and I wanted them to because I said this is what you're going to be doing at the end of the day.
And
You're going to
hell,
be
I mean, they still got off easy because it was only in Mannington. They didn't have to
and
get
they
on that
did get off
road.
easy. They did get off easy,
You know?
but they impressed me with how fast they picked up the things we showed them that night,
Mm-hmm.
and they listened to everybody. They're respectful to everybody, and you know what? I'm proud of them, and I'm grateful that I could find people like them to come. Now, if they stick to it, is one thing. I don't know. It was only
Right.
yesterday. We don't know, and I can't wait to see what they do.
Okay, I think that's a perfect segue. Let's look at the flip side of that coin. You've been around this past year. We've let some dummies into our locker room. We've let some goofs into the business.
Oh,
No, there's no more of a time where there's more criticism on these new guys because we've made some mistakes, Rucker. All of us in Real Shooting Wrestling have let some goofs in we never should have. So let's take a look back at this year. What things could we have changed? What mistakes did we make? We fucked up. So what's your recollection of some of these events?
oh, you're getting me in trouble.
I said it. I mean, there's no denying it. People seen it. I ain't making it up.
I feel like maybe vet checking people sometimes. Not vet. That's not the term. Like making sure. Like, don't just bring people in make sure it's not going to be like an issue down the line, I guess. Explaining things better at the beginning, maybe. Um, I feel like it's a lot of stuff that's not really me or yours. It's more of a upper tier, like a Cross, a Dakota type scenario of
Right
like,
on. Yeah,
and
let's make it known. I didn't bring any of those goofs around.
yeah.
Yeah, that's not on
To be
me.
fair, some people hide their goofology before.
But I want to make it clear, Rucker. I'm lumping us all in because we all went through this bullshit together, time after time, week after week. Different people after different people. Tell the folks what it was like being on the home team. What it's like being on the home team now after all that bullshit.
I feel like you get like a weird camaraderie of like we had to deal with these bastards.
Yeah.
So it's like that, and it makes you. I think it's smartened me up to how some people act, too.
Okay.
Like the second something goes weird, this is how some people will be.
Yep.
So it's kind of a situation of like, yeah, you can be cool for everybody, but don't trust everybody, kind of deal, you know.
I got you.
And that's about all I got on that. I'm
That's
not
what.
big on. I always like to. I like to say this is. I say this is my job at the end of the day, and I say I treat everybody as a coworker first, and select few friends after.
Right
And that's
on.
how I like to treat it. So I don't try to take too much shit personal because at the end of the day, it's just my job. Now I love my job. I love my profession, but I'm not going to sit here and I'm going to sit here and try not to stew over too much stuff because it's my job. But I do take it too seriously sometimes. I feel too.
Oh, you do, and I do. We all do. But look at it this way, Ruck. What a crazy year to have as your rookie year. You come in at Fairmont State, boom, House of Fire, some awesome stuff at Monongah. Then EIW starts up. Some people hate EIW. Some people it popped off. A lot of local folks loved it. So we roll into EIW. What can you tell the folks about your EIW memories?
EIW. So the long illustrious history of EIW, I was there for.
You were a big part of that, though. Let me make that be known. You were there getting the place ready. You were just as big a part of that as anybody was. So you were there laying down the groundwork. Again, first one there, last one to leave. What
I
about the first show? What do you remember about that shit?
um that was. I'm very proud of my match. I'm not going to talk about my match on that show, but I'm very proud of that one
Uh,
because it was two. It was two of us, and I feel like we had one of the best matches on that card. And it was a very fun match. Um, and then after that, I feel it was it was really cool. EIW means a lot to me because it means a lot to you specifically. Because it was cool to see you in that kind of position with a Ganon and Redacted, I guess is how we say his name
right,
now.
right.
Um, fuck it, I'll say his name. It's fine. I feel like he deserves his flowers at least on this.
Okay, fair enough.
Billy, you, Gannon, and it was cool seeing you guys being passionate for this thing. And I think that's the big thing I get from the first show. And also, it was the first time I was paid, so that's even cooler.
Right, right. And I just found out this week you were paid half of what you were supposed to be paid. I'll put that out there. I was understood one thing and told another months later, but that's okay. But you make a good point. Reindeer Games was even better. It was super cold. People still came out. The workers still worked. You had a banger. You find out right after your match you win Breakout Star of the Year. I can imagine that was a pretty cool moment. So, and a banger with Logan Taylor. You beat Logan Taylor. So, and it was supposed to be somebody else. It's crazy. So much controversy on this one.
Chase old Bennett, my twin brother.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Chase. Then it doesn't happen because of politics. So now you're in there with Logan. What do you remember from that one?
That's that weirdly started me and Logan's rivalry, which is funny as shit. And that was a really fun show. And I feel like after that show, I feel like that show is more important of how people know how I feel about wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you know, you know. after the show, I feel like that's how when people realize how seriously I take it.
Okay. Yep. Rucker
And
had a moment.
we had Rucker had a moment, and and it was just like I was saying, it's a lot of the first show. I got to wrestle Logan Taylor for the first time, so that was really interesting, really fun. I was on a roll during the time, and the breakout star of the year was the coolest because I remember asking you at the beginning of the day. I was like, "Hey, can you tell me who's winning?" And
Uh-huh.
you're, "Oh, I don't know. I think it's really close." And you wouldn't tell me shit, but you knew already.
I had
And
a scheme. I wanted to surprise him.
yeah, but no, I appreciate that so much. That was really fun. And I'm coming for wrestler of the year this year. I'm coming for best match of the year this year. Everything, I'm taking it. I'm taking all of them.
You very well could. There you go. That's a good segue. You become quite popular. Rucker, folks have said it's going to your head. I've heard it. I'm sure you've heard it. What say you?
I say, I think everybody should have a certain level of confidence because you cannot be in this business without thinking being confident. I feel because Rob Van Dam would talk about it. He's like, no, you have to be confident to be in this business at a certain point.
Yep.
Because if not, it's like if you don't believe in yourself, why should other people believe in you?
Yep.
I don't like to think I have an ego, even though some people apparently think I do. And I mean, to those people, I'm like, either you haven't talked to me, like actually talked to me, or other people are feeding you false information. But to that, I say, I'm going to treat you with respect when we talk to each other, and hopefully you treat me with respect. And we're just going to keep it pushing, and I'm going to keep doing what I do, and then what that is I'm going to be trying to be the best wrestler I possibly can at all times. And
And see,
that starts the backstage and it ends in the ring, and it's kind of how it works for me.
and I think that's where me and you share this problem. Maybe it's not a problem. Maybe we're right all along. But me and you hold others to our own standards. Me and you bust our ass and think everybody else should bust their ass just as much as we do.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Maybe that's a detriment. Who knows? I hold other workers to your standards. I've told Tim that. Like bust your ass, promote the show, move the ring, do what needs done. Take it serious. You take it serious, and again, said earlier, some of us take it too serious sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Are you having fun though?
Oh, baby, if I wasn't having fun, I wouldn't be in the business at the end of the day.
That's true. What's been the funnest moment so far?
Funnest moments. So I think ooh, it's big moments, title wins. You can't
Mm-hmm.
really do title wins.
We
But
discussed those
yeah,
though, so let's throw those out.
yeah. And then I feel like the first time me and Duzen when me and Duzen okay, so the story time then.
Okay.
The 4th of July show,
Okay.
the one that almost got canceled.
Yeah.
And we were in the back, and all the guys are going, "We'll work for free, screw it," because the fans were already out there, and
Yep.
all of us just went, "You know what? Fuck it,
Yep.
we'll
That
work.
was really cool.
We're gonna do it for free." And then I looked at everybody. I said, "Who's all cool with working free?" Because I hear some of us saying it. I said, "I'm cool with it." You're cool. Gen Z was like, "Fuck it, I'll do it." It's like we're already here. It's like fuck it, let us just get some ring time. Callie was like, "I'll fucking do it." Blah blah blah. Everybody was like, "I'll fucking do it." And so I said, "Fuck it." So I had to sprint to beat fucking Tim. And I said, "Tim, we're all cool with working for free. Everyone's fucking here. It's better than the last show we just did." I said, "Can we just fucking get it going?" We got the ring up. We're fucking ready. All of
Yeah.
us ready. And then fucking I can't remember his name from Little Vegas. What's his name?
Oh, come on. You're going to make me look like a punk, too, and we both know his
Vinny?
damn name.
Is it Vinny?
I was going to say Vinny, too. Let's say it is Vinny.
Definitely maybe Vinny from Little Vegas. If that's not your name, I'm sorry, but I love you.
We really
But
should. Yeah, he came
came
through.
in clutch and he said, "Fuck it, I'm buying the show." So we all got paid, even though we were all like, "Fuck it, we'll work for free," and we put on a fucking hell of a show.
Yeah, we
And
did.
you know what? I'm really proud of that. And that was so fun because I was with Duzen at the time, and that was we already tagged before that, but that was the first time we were under a name.
Right.
And then we get to fucking wrestle. Muscles and Johnny Duff and fucking the Unappreciated were on one that night, dude.
Yeah, they were.
Fucking Trevor Gage was on full Ric Flair mode. And that was such a good time. Dude, we spent 10 minutes before we even got into the damn ring. And the fans were into it the whole time. And it was just the greatest thing ever.
Fireworks are going off, and the fans stayed over at the wrestling instead of going and watching the fireworks.
Well, they know what's more interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it was happening. It was on and popping.
It was awesome. But like those kind of moments where like all of us just came together there, dickheads and good guys were all just like, you know what, fuck it, we're here, we are wrestlers and we're here to put on a show. And a lot of us were fucking like hours away from home, and we were just like, you know what, screw it,
Yeah,
we're gonna do it. And that was one moment that I think that will stay with me forever, because I think that was the coolest thing ever.
yeah, man. And you talk about moments. Let's talk about some of the cool towns, some of these repeat towns. We'll talk about Mannington, but right now, Buchanan, man. Buchanan's been really good to us this year. We've had some fun there. Tell me some Buchanan memories.
Buchanan is really fucking cool. I literally, when you said let's talk about cool towns, it's like I already mentioned Monongah. I said I want to talk about Buchanan.
Hell
So
yeah.
that's good that you say Buchanan. Buchanan is the unfiltered RSW, I feel.
Yeah, a little bit hardcore,
Yeah,
18
bar.
plus.
Yeah, we're on one.
Yeah.
You hear fucks, you hear shits, you hear everything, and there's like a level to it. It feels like, now I don't think it's necessarily better than when we're at other places, but it's just there's that inner,
That edgy atmosphere, yeah.
yeah. We're at our one night stand.
Uh huh.
Um, every time I went to Buchanan has been like a contender for my favorite match ever.
Okay. It
I
makes
think
sense.
first time is fucking Vance Desmond. Is the first time me and Vance Desmond ever lock up. And fun match. Funny moment. I do a dive and almost bash my skull in because I fucking slipped. That was
Yeah.
and horrifying and embarrassing. But that was a really fun match. Got my head stomped in for the first time by him. Second time was my third match of Kryzak, because
Okay.
the entire month of June this year I got my ass whooped by Kryzak.
Right on.
But no, that match was really good. And if anybody knows this, I was injured during that time, so it was like really rough for me. And you can even see in the match, Kryzak notices I can't even fucking stand at the end of our match. But you know what? He's the champ for a goddamn reason, and he pulled the trigger even though he had to.
Yeah.
And I respect that in a man, even though it was my head that got fucking kicked off. But and then the last time we were there, it was me and Callie.
Yeah.
And not to put over your arch nemesis or nothing.
Well, don't then.
Oh, I'm gonna for a
Fuck.
second.
Okay, it's your night, asshole. Have at it.
Callie is somebody that you were talking about. We care too much. He is somebody I see the same passion I have. So when I get to punch him in the face, I have extra excitement in it.
Right on.
And there's just something about it. And he's so good at being hated that it was like Superman when I came out.
Yeah.
And it was the awesomest thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
The atmosphere in that match, and plus you guys going into the crowd and shit. Ooh.
That was such a good. That might have been that's like either like, if it's not my favorite match, it can take the place whenever you ask me. If you ask me 5 minutes from now and I say something else is my favorite match, that can be my favorite match the next 5 minutes.
I hear you. I feel it. Hey, you talk about how we manifest shit on these shows. I hear Callie has a #1 contenders match with Marcus Mayhem coming up for the PWL title. I'd love to see you kick his head in again. So let's just try to manifest that in PWL land.
Just kick him in the head. Kick him in the head. Well, here's the thing. We don't know who's going to fight me. So here's the thing. We can have Marcus Mayhem or we can have Lane Callie.
Yep.
And, I mean, I hope they both have a great dental plan, because I'm going to kick them straight in their fucking teeth.
I'm down.
But here's the thing, I see it like this. I don't care which one of them wins. I just hope either of them are ready. I've already beaten Callie in a singles match. I beat him in a tag match. But my thing is, I've never wrestled Marcus Mayhem, but I'm just gonna kick him in the head. And if it don't take one kick, it'll take two kicks, take three kicks. I don't care how many kicks. I'm just gonna kick him a lot.
Plan
And
stays the
he'll go
same.
down with everybody else. So it is what it is.
Plan stays the same, man. And
Stays the same.
there's been so much happening, man. That, like, we have to backtrack to Mannington now when you fought Vance, and he just murders you, bro. And to the point where I'm concerned. I legit. And you pushed me, man. I was trying to check on you, and you pushed me. And then you were out. And then I was really concerned, and I didn't know if I should just grab your hand and cry or what. And then here comes Lane. Do you remember any of that?
I was out of it. Here's what I'll say about the pushing.
Uh-huh.
I was out there, and at that point, me and Desmond had went back. He beat me the first time.
Uh-huh.
I beat him the second time. The surprise roll up strikes again. It's my real finish, let me tell you.
Right.
But the thing is, Vance Desmond is somebody I respect to the utmost, and in that match, I wanted to prove something. I wanted to prove I could hang with Desmond.
Okay.
And that's it. And in that moment, yes, I lost the match. I wanted him to know that I could keep going, even though it's not like, even though I did lose, I wanted him to know I can keep going if I needed.
And
Or
that's exactly why I was there, to make you stop, keep going.
but the bravado, man, that had you, I needed you off me. I needed him to know. And I feel like, well, after he killed me again, I feel like I got my point across. And like, even though it hurts that I was chosen by the internet to fight for the internet title,
Uh-huh.
it hurts that I'm not holding that championship. But it's good to know that I got to prove myself in a way, at least.
I get it. I'll tell you, we've been talking about all the highlights, about all these great moments from the past year. We say it all the time, peaks and valleys. What's been the valleys? What's been the lowlights? What's been a shitty moment you can remember?
Um, I mean, I got the shit kicked out of me by Kryzak for a while there,
Yeah.
but that time I was injured. It was I had
Yeah, a lot of folks know about that. You was kind of working. You had us all scared for a minute. We didn't even think he's going to be wrestling right now.
yeah, that's yeah, that was rough. I had a luckily it was small, but I had a hernia, and we everybody just wanted me to get fixed up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, fuck it, who cares? But everybody was like, hey, get fixed up. Don't worry about this. We don't. You shouldn't be working. Blah 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 blah. But and another valley was the entire my little mini feud with fucking Tommy Irish. I feel that and Tommy Irish. I feel like are my valleys.
Well, why do you say that?
You saw the table.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, that sucked, but then you
That
had a banger afterwards. The match was good.
Yeah, no, the match was good, but I was out there just to whoop his ass. So it wasn't about having the fanciest match that night. It was about getting it back,
All right.
get back in blood on him, and I feel like I did that. But that was the scariest moment. So that was the biggest valley because that was horrifying.
Yeah,
Just
because you
lying
did go
there.
to the ER and stuff afterwards, didn't you?
I did get checked. Thank God I was okay. But like I that one I was like, I'm getting checked
Why
because
did you go to the ER? What's going on in your head? What happens after the match? You go through, for folks that don't know, they fucking give you what could be a power bomb, what could be a pile driver off the apron through the ring. You can call it whatever you want because it's neither nor. You land, your head bounces off the floor. So what's going on in the locker room? Why do you go to the ER?
I was scared. So like I so as I was laying there, I couldn't really think, and it was like kind of wild. And even my mom told when my mom is one of the toughest, scariest people I know. And that's not just me going, "Oh, I'm scared of my mom." My mom's fucking taking fingers from people. That's somebody that like she's an asshole like me. So like when she's worried, I'm worried.
Okay.
And she says, "When I saw Tim check on you, I knew something was wrong." And I was like, "Well, yeah, when I opened my eyes and I saw Tim checking on me, I was like, yeah, something's." And it just happened. We get down there, everyone's checking me, doing the works. We get to the back, and like at the end of the night, I'm scared. Honestly, I was like, I don't want to fall asleep on this car ride and potentially not wake up.
Right.
So I was like, I'm sorry to the people that are riding with me, and said I want to go to the hospital, and they're like, that's perfectly fine. Let's go, and we go. The we spend it at the hospital. We're chilling. We get checked. Thank God, nothing serious. I was ready to get back in action. Like the next week and a half, and yeah, we got back at it.
So that kind of does put a good arc in things. You're popping off. You're doing good. You're having all these good matches. Then there's a couple months where it's just boom. Do you have a concussion? Boom. Did you tear your groin? Your hernia? But now we're past that. You're back on track. So what's it feel like to be back on track? Basically, you got the tag titles. We thought there was an instance there. You're in good shape. How do you feel right now? Do you feel like you're on track?
Buddy, I feel like it went. It's but the track's going well.
Right.
You can't say the track's not doing well when you got two titles. So, I mean, I always think about what's next too. So I can't hold these titles and just go, all right, we did it. We have two titles at the end of the year. We did it. We're let's stay here and enjoy this.
Right
No,
on.
I want to know what's next. I want to see what we're gonna do next. What are me and Tyler Jacks? Yes, we're champions, but we're at the championship level. Let's get past the championship level. What's there? What are we doing with it? What are we doing? How are we going? Storylines, whatever it is.
Yeah.
What's going to make it even better to make people look at us more? And that's the same with this thing. Whatever's asked of me, I'm going to do. But whatever I'm asked to do it, I'm going to do my best to go beyond what I'm asked to do. And that's kind of my idea is I'm not going to stagnate because I got two titles. I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, got the championships. No, I'm going to go past that.
Hell yeah. And you know what? That's a good segue. I want to make sure that I introduce it because I think it's a pretty good time to bring it up. We're talking about bigger and better things, Rucker. I think it's a perfect time to announce this because me and you've been plotting. We got some plots and schemes. Not only are we cooking, Tim's cooking, Papaw's cooking. We're all cooking up so many things for the spooky season. What do you think? Should we give this one away?
We talking about the big thing?
The big thing, because we're talking about moving on, talking about going to bigger and better things. Let's talk about Mr. Al Snow, OVW. Let's talk about my great friend Whit Whitman and his new film Unnatural, starring Al Snow, a vampire western. There's werewolves, the whole nine. We're gonna not only are we gonna review this film and give it our 2 cents, but then we're going down to the OVW arena in Louisville to meet Mr. Whitman, to meet Mr. Al Snow. We're going to do the red carpet deal. We're going to do the after party. We're just going to live it up, ain't we?
We gotta go shopping.
We got to shop. What do we got to do? What? Oh
We
my.
got outfits, brother.
Oh no.
Yeah, we gotta go get dressed. We gotta go get some outfits.
No. I'll be going to Goodwill to get me a suit jacket. I'll tell you that. I got no goddamn money. I ain't going to get my YouTube check by then. I don't make that much damn money. I get paid bi-monthly. Thank you very much.
Damn.
Yeah.
No, I'm so excited for this. The crazy thing is we got a show the next day, so we're gonna have to book it.
Yeah, but you know what? I know we can. I know we can fucking do
Oh,
it.
we definitely doing it, baby, because we them boys.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
But
listen. This opportunity landed in my lap, and I had an opportunity for one other person. And I kind of thought, I was like, well, Tim would have fun. And I was like, but it's not going to benefit Tim. It's just an experience for Tim. Rucker, something could happen to this for Rucker. So that's why I said, yep, me and Ruck's going, and I think it'll be an experience, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm really looking forward to it because you get like yes, the movie premiere thing, that's just cool in general. Getting
I've never
invited.
been to a movie premiere.
Yeah, just getting invited to a movie premiere, like shit, I don't care if I'm +1 or not. That's cool as hell to be saying you got to go to a movie premiere. And then this ties into both of our interests, which I think is the most interesting part. We both like horror movies, and I like shitty movies,
I
and
like shitty movies.
I like shitty comedy movies mostly, but like that's the kind of things I like. So horror movies and indie movies are your thing.
Yep.
I'm more of a like Leprechaun guy.
Okay.
Not saying it's a shitty movie. I'm just saying I like shitty horror movies. But I think that this ties our interest in, and it's going to be a really cool experience for both of us. And it's at the OVW fucking arena. Like,
yeah. Watching a horror movie starring Al Snow, and maybe I've seen the movie and it's really good actually, and Al has a great part in it. Maybe I've seen it, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it's really good.
Maybe.
Dude, it's cool. I think we're gonna have fun. Bubby, I tell you what, we've got the Trials of Ascension premiere about to start soon. We're rolling in the final few minutes of the podcast. It's been a hell of a year. You deserve everything you've gotten and then some. Let it go to your head. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I said it. Not too much. I'll let you know when it gets to be too much. You know you can count on me for that. Well, what's some final thoughts? What's some final thoughts from Anthony Rucker?
My final thoughts are: watch me on WrestleRoni, get my boy his YouTube check. And if you're here supporting me now, and maybe to future people who are watching this in the future, please keep supporting me, I guess. Support other wrestlers, support everyone you can. We all can support people. Like we think we can't, and a lot of people think like, oh, what's this one little thing gonna do for somebody? Everything you do that's even like semi kind of helping us will help us. That doesn't mean you have to go out and buy everything we sell. Like something, comment on something, get more eyes on us that way. Do what you can to help everybody, not just me. Your Logan Taylors, your JD Gattons, your Air Duzens, your Tyler Jacksons. Just try to just support everybody that you can.
I like that. Yeah, man. Together we're strong, man, and we're cultivating an audience. It gives me a good opportunity. I want to thank y'all. The channel's been popping off. We see the fans at the shows. There's no better feeling. We're putting smiles on faces, and you guys are a part of this, man. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. Maybe they should, Rucker. Maybe they should treat each other with kindness and respect. Maybe they should bust their asses to achieve their dreams, because if they do, they might just be walking around with all the damn title belts, you know? Just a new title belt every week.
I got one more special shout out too.
Okay.
I got two. One shout out to my beautiful darling fiance, Faith Smith. I could not do any of this without her.
Head of ring crew.
Head of ring crew.
Works just as hard as Rucker, promise.
Hell yeah.
Puts up with a lot of dumb shit too.
Bye, Rucker.
Yeah.
And another special thank you to Austin Lloyd. You to him, my roommate. He's a real one for dealing with me daily.
Also known as Boston Austin.
Boston Austin. Who the fuck calls him that?
I do. I had him convinced we were changing his gimmick to Boston Austin at a show in Morgantown.
Dude, one of the first nights we were living here, I was like, "Hey, fuck you, pussy!" And we were on the stairs, and like we just started like choking each other out on the stairs. I like grated his face on the fucking.
Jesus.
Dude, it's like every time we'll just like start talking shit and like try to put each other in leg locks.
Hell yeah, I'm glad you guys are having fun. That night I told him his name was Boston Austin. It was like 5 minutes later, and I hear Tim, "You don't listen to what Lou says." Hell yeah, man. It's been an honor and a privilege documenting the beginning of your journey, sir. I know you're going to leave us all behind with my COVID, and you're going to go to TV, and you're going to forget us, but we're enjoying you while we have you.
Hey, I'll give you a ticket, baby.
Okay. Well, you know me. I need 6 since I got, family, so I'm going to have to be a little nicer, I guess.
Now, okay. Well, fuck your ticket.
Lord.
Honestly, Spooky, I want to say this too. I'm sorry. I'm going to make it run long. Thank you for everything you do for all of us, because honestly, we have the physical platform, you have the internet platform, and a lot of us, how we're getting seen is because of you, and I think that people should appreciate that. And if they're not, they need to understand that. You do a lot behind the scenes, and I think people should see that more often, and you're the guy. And no one fights for young talent like Spooky Lou, and I'll say that right now. He started a whole show just for young talent, just to put all of us over, and I think all of us should appreciate him more and keep that going and try to keep his vision alive on that.
You're the
And
man.
that's what I have to say about that.
I appreciate you, Bubby. No,
Yeah.
I thank you. I do it because I believe in guys like you. Because guys like you work your ass off for me. That's why I do what I do. So I think we got a good thing going, Bubby.
And plus, you get me booked other places. So, blah!
Fuck yeah. Hey, baby, golden goose. We're each other's golden goose. We got it figured out. So yeah, man, we'll look back on this. We'll do it again in another year's time. We'll be like, dude, that SmackDown taping was wild. That fucking match with Nick Gage and GCW was crazy. I thought you'd never do glass, and it'd be all crazy.
I'm on GCW. I'll think about doing glass.
Hey, if it's GCW, then I'll try to talk you into it. But until then, we won't worry about it.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, buddy. Keep working on the guns. Listeners, we love you. Man, we're popping off. Man, we're having fun. Thank you for joining us on this crazy ride we're on. We're only getting started, Rucker. You know that.
It's only starting. We're going hot. We're going to be better next year. We're going to be doing it big. We're going to be the OVW arena. And then we're doing USW. We're going to be doing a lot. Yeah.
Lots of thanks, baby. We're out this piece.
Let's go.